Chloe the Nail Techs Coach here with Glam Goodies. Let's get into it. This is the series that I'm talking about airbrush equipment, and we're going over some units that I have bought and that I borrowed, okay? Because I have friends that do airbrush too, and then like when they're first starting out, they're like, I'm gonna get this cheapie, and I'm like, but let me borrow it so I can talk to the fans and let them know how it works. All right, so the IGel Beauty unit, I got this one about 3 years ago. It's okay. I do like the compressor. I like the compressor very much. The hand piece is normal hand piece. Now on their website, they basically were like gel polish and acetone and make it happen. I do not use it for that. When I'm using this one, I'm going to use it with an off-brand airbrush gel. So not my air gels, because for my air gels, I actually have the hand pieces and that go with that system. I like to keep a system together. This one didn't have a system that they were using. If you look at their website, I think they still have it up there. If you look at their website, they're just pretty much, and even on their Instagram videos, they're just mixing gel polish and acetone and then spraying in the air. I do not do that because I have air gel. I have one air. You can mix any color. If you know your color wheel, you can make any color. So I really don't need to do the gel polish acetone hookup or whatever. The next clip that I'm going to show you is this unit in action. I think, like I said, I paid $90 for it. So would I buy it again? I'll let you know after you watch the clip. Okay, so I'm here with the IGel Beauty airbrush. This is their rechargeable unit. So you can plug it in with the cord, or you can just plug it in and charge it and then unplug the cord whenever you want. This part messed me up. This one has a switch at the bottom, and you got to make sure that's in the on position. So I did not know anything about the switch because all the ones that I had before didn't have a switch like that. So I emailed the company, and pretty much they were like, oh, well, you can send it back and we'll check it, which is, that's cool. That's good customer service. This is the issue. They had me send a video before I sent the email. I did a whole video of me pushing the button and everything. Not once after I sent my email did anybody, whoever the customer service guy was, say, oh yeah, did you check the button on the bottom? Now, I was trying to think like maybe I was being crazy, but this is the manual. This is the inside of the manual. Nowhere does it mention a button on the bottom. Nowhere. It doesn't say the needle size. It's 120 minutes to fully charge, and you get 50 minutes of working time with that. I would just leave it plugged in. It says you can add, fully charge it, add the color of your choice, and then using a ratio of 1 to 2 drops of gel polish and 1 drop of gel polish and 2 drops of acetone, you can mix the colors. I don't know how excited I am about mixing acetone and gel polish and spraying it in the air, so I'm gonna put on my mask just because it can be heavy. So we got it on. The lights here indicate like how strong it's gonna be. It's like all the way on is best. You get a stronger spray that way. I have 2 different gel polish companies, D&D and Gelish. No, not Gelish, IBD. And then this is my acetone. These tips have already been prepared and gel polished and buffed. So we're gonna try. Now, the only issue that I can really foresee is that when you're using your stencils, you're gonna have to make sure you remove the sticky layer before you apply them. And this blue has some shimmer in it. I don't think we'll be able to spray any shimmer. So I'm gonna grab one that is just a cream color. Shimmer is, it's a shimmer, but it still is a fleck of something, a pigment or whatever that is in the gel polish. So be mindful of that. So I'm gonna drop a few dots in here, and I'm just gonna put it down there. Put some acetone, and I'm gonna blow it. See if that'll stir it up. Okay, that worked. Now, I don't think it worked that much. I'm gonna grab something and stir it. Already, it seems like a lot more work than I'm interested in. So not flooding it. Looks okay. Take the slip out. Cure that. So I want to see if it's gonna be sticky, which of course it probably will because it's a gel polish. I'm gonna grab a stencil. Let's grab a stencil. These are the stencils I typically use. So it sprays pretty good. You do have to stir it. And I used a cream and not a shimmer. Let me grab some white. This is a white gel from Lack It. I'm gonna spray this out. And they said, I know on one of their lives they were talking about using acetone to clean it out as well. Still have my little brush. I'm going to spray it into paper towel because if I spray into my cleaning pot, it's plastic. The acetone will eat up my cleaning pot. Blowing bubbles, so that's cool. Just gonna get that out the way. Now, it is sticky. It definitely is sticky. So that will hinder the stencil. This part is matte up here. The stencil doesn't stick good to a sticky thing. See? And then it leaves that residue on your stencil. And then later your stencil becomes kind of unusable. So we're going to take our matte, just a matte top coat. But let's try, because I don't want to have a lot of steps. We'll take some cleanser, some gel cleanser, and see if I wipe off the sticky, if it'll be okay. Like if I wipe off the sticky, am I wiping off color? A little bit. A little bit. Still sticky? Kind of tacky. So, alright, let's move forward. But it's still tacky. What you don't want that when you want to put your stencil on, because you don't want to limit the life of your stencils. Unless you're going to charge every client for the use of their stencils. Put that in here. Let's cure that. And I want to try this pink just to see how it thins out. And then we'll try some air gel in it and see how it does with that. That's what I'll do. I'll do the white with air gel. That way we can see how good it is, because if that's the case, just buy this unit and buy air gel or April. I don't have any April here, but we'll try this white air gel. So that's matte. That's cool. And I'm not making like a design. I'm just trying this thing out. Just need a few drops. Air gel requires a dilution liquid, which I have it in this little one. So my stencil is no longer really sticky because it was on top of the sticky of the gel polish thinned out with acetone. But on the plus side, it does work with this system. So you can do that. And I'm only doing it. Everybody always asks me, like, what else do you use? Like, I literally use air gel or acrylic paint. And don't get me wrong, air gel definitely has a smell as well. And I use it with my mask on every time. So, you can take and use your air gel or your Apre Apre system with this. It's fine. I know everybody wants to save some money, so there you go with that. Now let's thin out a different brand gel polish and see what we get. D&D, I do like their gel polishes. This is a cream, but their polishes are definitely a little bit thicker. Put that down in there. Get some acetone. I'm just gonna cut to the chase and stir this up first. Get it going. Then I'm gonna blow some air. See what we get. Put that in there and cure it. So the game changer with that was putting the matte top coat on. That definitely helped. The stencil is, I can use it. It's just, it's not going to be as sticky. Put some top coat. This is the end of this top coat. So there. So you can use this handpiece and get a Apre or Airtex gel paint. The D&D is not sticky, so maybe just stick to D&D gels in this system. It's not sticky. Let's see how good it gets with changing the color out. But I'm not going to spray it, like I said before, I'm not going to spray it into my pot because it's got acetone in it. This is D&D Pink number 06. So if you want this pink, it is a pretty pink. getting all that out because I want to use another color. Ew, I'm making a mess. Like I said, this D&D is a little bit thicker. Oh, let me get this thing. This sharp tool thing is from Crystal Nails, so it definitely comes in handy. Still gonna take my paper towel. Okay, there we go. Secure that. Came out pretty good. Oops. I didn't let it dry all the way. Kind of sticky. Not really. This pink is not sticky. It's neon. But you know what? Neons usually are, they're different. It might just depend on the color. Alright, so that worked okay. See, like the residue is gone. So I only can assume that that residue went onto something else, like onto my hand or onto another. Like it just comes off, transfers off onto the nail that you place it on. So sticky was okay, not the best. I would definitely say you have to go through your polishes and find out which one or which ones you can use that don't, like, that aren't super sticky if you're going to use your stencils, or you can just get this system and then use the April or Airtex gel paint and be fine. And they all have like a smell or whatever, so definitely protect yourself by wearing a mask. I'm going to cure that for 60 seconds. So I would say it was an okay value. This might not be thin enough because it's not spraying. So that's going to be another challenge, is making sure you don't end up clogging it with gel polish. So I would say when you're going to use this one, store sitting up and clean it out thoroughly at the end of the day. Because I'm pulling back, you can hear it going. The air isn't getting through, so that means something is somewhere blocking it. It could also be because I had that air gel in there, and the two products maybe don't mix good. But oh yeah, look, it's pretty thick down in there. Pretty thick. So let us see. Oh yeah, see, little pieces of orange that are flaked up. That is from the air gel being in there with the gel polish. So definitely don't mix products. They don't like each other. layer. Now it's clear. Okay, so hit the cool machine. Don't forget the little button on the bottom. It's rechargeable. You can use it for 50 minutes. You have to charge it for an hour and 20 minutes. No, hour and hour and a half. Pretty good power. Pretty good spray. Definitely not cleaned out all the way. Pretty good power. Pretty good spray. You can use it with the air gel. But don't mix air gel and gel polish because it's going to clog it. So that's good to know. Also, if you're going to use stencils, you're going to need a matte coat in between, especially if your gel polish has a super sticky dispersion layer. Alright? Alright, have a good one. Okay, so here's the recap. So basically what I was talking about is, number one, there's a little switch at the bottom here. You need to make sure that's turned on. What I ended up doing was, like, it wouldn't turn on. I didn't know anything about it. I looked around, didn't really pay attention to that little switch or whatever. Probably that was when I needed glasses and I didn't know. And I, like, sent it to them and they're like, nothing's wrong, you just need to hit the switch. And I was like, pretty mad because I mailed it to them and I had to pay for that. But whatever, now we know. If it comes down to would I buy it again, 50-50. Really, because I do have the systems that I like. But this is a good, like, cheapie if I'm going to use some off-brand airbrush gels. Which is not, I don't want you to get confused thinking I'm using gel polish and acetone. I'm not. I'm saying, would I use this one again? Like, if I'm going to use a Savilan gel? Yes. Yes, I would. In fact, when I do, I'll do some review videos on the other airbrush gels that I found. There are a few great ones, a few okay ones, and a few super stinky ones. So just look forward to that video. And I would use those in this. I will not put them in my air gel hand pieces. One, the air gel hand pieces are like $250. So no, we're not going to put that stuff in a $250 airbrush. Two, this is just like a little inexpensive one. $90, 3 years. It works for what it works for, right? So that's cool. If you want to get exactly what I use, because I airbrush in the salon all the time, if you want to get exactly what I use, down below in the description, I am going to put the link to my free airbrush guide, linked below. And you know what else? I'll also include the link to my beginner's airbrush course. It's 14 lessons. And I include the stencils that you need in order to accomplish all those designs that you can use over and over again. So I'll put that link down below as well. Now, if you have any questions about airbrush equipment or airbrush specifically, just put those in the comments so that I can go ahead and answer those for you. And we can get you on the road to making with airbrush nail art. Bye. Talk to you later. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Yeah. Bye.